This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Alright, before we jump into another premiere draft for Ikoria Lair of Behemoths, I want to remind everyone that my content's sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can click on the link in the description below, or if you're watching it on Twitch, you can click on the logo below, and when you do that, it'll take you to their store, and they will know that I sent you there because there's a referral link, so check them out. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this draft. What card do I think is overperformed? God, there's a lot of them. Basically, all the companions have ended up being better than I expected. The 6 mana draw 4 is better than I expected. Trying to think of more. There's a lot. We'll probably see some in these packs. The cycling deck in general is better than I expected. Okay. So Mythos of Snapped Axe is like the least exciting of these Mythos. If you can consistently pay black-red for it, it's pretty good, and it's not impossible to do that, but it is so much worse if you can't pay the black-red for it. This kind of effect is just frequently underwhelming. There'll be board states where it's not, but there are enough of them where it is that I'm not like super into taking it. I've been impressed with Bastion of Remembrance, and of course the cycling deck is a thing. We have Reptilian Reflection, but I think we just take Blood Curdle here. It's probably the best common in the set, or at least it's up there. It's great removal, gives a menace to something in addition to killing something, instant speed, all of that's great. So yeah, I think we take Blood Curdle here over that Mythos. Okay, so we have a Drannith Stinger here, and it is way better than it looks in this format, basically, as a result of how good cycling has been. It's a nice card with cycling because it's 1 mana, and it's a good payoff for cycling. The other options here are Glowstone Recluse, which is solid, Divine Arrow, situational removal. We've also got Prickly Marmoset, which is a good cycling payoff, but I don't think it's as good as the Stinger the more I've played this format. Yeah, I think we just take the Stinger here. Okay, so here we're given a Prickly Marmoset and a Deadweight. Deadweight is kind of underperformed in this format as a result of, I'll keep saying it, but obviously we're taking Heartless Act. But yeah, Deadweight has underperformed. There's lots of big creatures in this format. And a lot of the best commons are just like 2/3s too. So, but yeah, we take Heartless Act. It's premium removal. We're not really going to say no to that. I was thinking about taking that Marmoset, but I don't, as good as the cycling deck is, I don't think you can take a Marmoset over a Heartless Act, so. Okay. Well, I'm inclined here to take Skull Prophet, I think. It's a pretty good gold uncommon. It ramps us, it mills us, and those are things this deck wants to be doing generally. The Wolf Bear is pretty good. Blitzleech is solid. But yeah, I think we take the Skull Prophet here and see if we can make that work. See if we end up red-green. I do think it's worth speculating on these cyclers early, because if it's open, you end up with an absurd deck. Doesn't look like it is, so, that's not panning out quite like we would have wanted, but I think we're okay with that. So I like Boot Nipper. It's a good little 2-drop. You can mutate onto it. You can trade with anything. Sometimes Lifelink is worth it. Yeah, I mean, Majestic Auricorn is fine, but I don't think it's really that much better than Boot Nipper. I don't really love either of these green cards. They're both playable, but not as good as Boot Nipper. So we'll take the Nipper here over Dark Bargain and Suffocating Fumes. Okay, well, we could go a different route with our black because of this General's Enforcer. But there's also Bushmeat Poacher, which I think is plenty good. Yeah, I think we'll take the Poacher here over Brushwag and Honey Mammoth. At some point, we probably do want some big boys, especially because This deck's main strength, the like absurd thing it can do, is reanimate things that you cycle. And we'd like some of the big boys with cycling at some point if we're going to be black-green. We're not completely locked into that by any stretch at this point, but right now we're just like a bunch of removal. Hi, Arthur. Okay, so there is still a Marmoset here. I mean, black-red cycling's not really a thing, but these two cards are pretty good, even with just a little bit of cycling. And I don't think I'm giving up a lot by taking one. You know, another Honey Mammoth, fully grown, Dark Bargain. Those things are fine. I mean, the cycling deck is strong enough that it's worth considering just, like, jettisoning everything if we see, like, a Zenith Flare in our next pack. Like, that's how good cycling is. You know, just, you know, throw everything away and take a Zenith Flare. Take all the 1 and 2 mana cyclers you can. And, you know, that's your plan. So, every time I've tried to draft it, it hasn't quite coalesced. I think I've literally gone 3-3 with every cycling deck I've ever drafted. And none of them really got there. You know, they were just red-white decks with some cycling synergy, not cycling decks per se. You know, that's the, yeah. But Marmoset is a good enough payoff, and again, one that is solid no matter where we end up. Well, assuming we're playing red. So, yeah. Hello, Wilson. I'm glad you made it. Glad I'm part of your weekend ritual. It's part of mine, too, obviously. Okay, so this is a pretty strong pack, especially for where we are. Farfinder, Evolving Wilds, Greater Sandworm, and Easy Prey are like all things that I want. Like, I want all of them. And they're all in this one pack. Whew. I mean, I think we want the Sandworm in this deck. It's one of those cyclers I'm talking about that we can get back later. So, yeah, I think that's where we're going to go. Farfinder and Evolving Wilds involve some really nice fixing. Easy Prey is not something I love. It's not that good of removal. We're going to take the Sandworm here. Sandworm. Okay, so, I don't know, man. Is the cycling deck actually open? The difference between this and other ones we've taken is this is terrible if you don't get enough cycling. Durable Coil Bug is an okay 2-drop, and that's what we're giving up. But I think we take the Reflection here and see what's going on. Fascinating. Okay, well, let's take another Marmoset. I think we can really start valuing cycling now and consider just completely changing our game plan, given what we've seen. So, the Crystal does have cycling, and it does kind of fix. It doesn't do us a whole lot right now. I think it is what we'll take, though. Okay, so we'll take this 2-drop that we'll play if we're in red-white anyway. All right, another card with cycling. Sure. Sure. Okay, well, what we really want to see now is a Zenith Flare. Or we'll get an Obosh and build an Obosh deck. Well, that's probably where we go. What's his again? Odd? Odd converted mana costs. Well, it hurts to give up Heartless Act, but this is another silly thing about the format. You wouldn't guess that giving this up at first blush, giving up a bunch of cards is worth it, but guess what? It's worth it. You know, having an 8th card in your hand is very much worth the challenges of cards you have to cut. So we definitely take Obosh. He's hugely powerful. We force him as a companion as much as we can. Yeah, we want odd cards only from here on out. Yeah, we're going to lose Blood Curdle and Heartless Act, but I think I'm okay with it. I think I am okay with it. So, yeah, if we only want odd, we're losing those things. I don't quite have no playables, but it's also worth it, though. That's kind of what I'm trying to tell you. It seems crazy, but it's worth it in this format. Okay. So, where are we going here? Snare Tactician, probably. Yeah. The Moloch's nice. Porky Parrot's nice. But yeah, I think we go with the Tactician here. Okay. God, we're being pulled in so many directions that it's really frustrating. Like, now we have both a reanimation spell and a cycler, which would have been good for the deck we were looking at. But again, so far in this format, it seems worth it to be giving up everything we're giving up. So yeah. We're going to take the Bond here, I think. I don't know whether we're a black-red deck or a red-green deck. I don't know what we are exactly at this point, given what we've given up. But I do like the Bond here overall. Yeah, so that's what we'll take. It's turned out to be a pretty good overperformer. Could have had 3 Skull Prophets, too, if we hadn't completely changed our plan. We'll take a Farfinder here. Yeah. Another Draenith Stinger. That hurts. But Excavation Mole is quite good with Obosh. Yeah, and it could definitely end up being red-green. We do need to focus in on something or we're not going to have enough playables, so we do need to make a decision on that front and soon. So this does give us some fixing. Yeah, this pack's not so good for us, huh? I guess I'll take the crystal. This will be the most extreme I've ever gone on just, like, jumping into a companion. It'll be interesting to see whether or not it works out. I've never quite gone this extreme on it, but yeah. Yeah, the cycling deck would have probably ended up being pretty good. But yeah, we'll see. We may have just shot ourselves in the foot. It'll be interesting to find out what happens. We'll take a Wolverine here. I'll take another Excavation Mole. Ooh, okay, things are looking a little better for us now. Things are looking up. We'll take a Moloch. So I don't think we're going to be playing white. I think we're going to be... I think this is going to be what we're doing. It's just pretty crazy when you can have this in your opening hand every game and it literally doubles the damage of every creature you have. You know what I mean? Like, that effect is so strong. Like, it's hard to overstate that. I think Obosh and Gyruga and then Keruga are like the best of this whole group. All right, we're going to take a Brushwag here. Do we want to take some fixing in the form of this Highlands or just a Gremlin? Because it's odd. I think I'm going to take the Highlands. Maybe we can't afford to do things like that. We will take a Breach. Like, it's odd and we can cycle it away. I don't hate that. So, yeah. Okay. So, Gigantha has easy restrictions, but I don't think it's that powerful, I guess is what I would say. Easy restrictions or not. Do we want another Excavation Mole? Springjaw Trap actually does 6 damage when you have Obosh, so that is worth keeping in mind. I'm kind of leaning towards just taking another Mole, though. Yeah. Trample plus double damage is pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. So, another Moloch, I think. We may end up with enough cycling to actually play this Reflection. Yeah, we'll take a Moloch. Some more fixing wouldn't hurt. I mean, we can already play Farfinder, I think, but, yeah. He's a nice odd card. I don't think we're quite in unpredictable Cyclone territory. We do have a second Farfinder. But I think I'm going to take a Mentor here. We'd already have 3 other Tramplers, so at least 3. So I think I'm on board with that. Yeah. Well, there's some more fixing, but it is not odd. Okay, so here we either want to take Adventurous Impulse or the Wilds. I'm kind of leaning towards the Wilds. I like it a little more than Impulse. So now it's not hard for us to play 1 Unbreakable Bond. Yeah, which I think we want to do in a world where we have 3 Excavation Moles, like Molochs and Greater Sandworms. The Molochs aren't nearly as exciting, but they're, you know, cycling one of those away early and then reanimating it on turn 5 as a 4/4 lifelink, that's not too bad. Especially because maybe we get something else out of it from its trigger. Weaponize the monsters, huh? Weaponize the monsters. Our deck going to be any good with that? Or would I rather take a Cloud Piercer? I think we take Weaponize. It's going to be doing double damage with Obosh for one thing. So... well... I think we take a Raptor here. Yeah, if we the question is whether we want something like Tentative Connection in this deck now. I think with 1 Weaponize, we're probably not quite there. I think I'm just going to take a Springjaw Trap here. They do double damage after all in this deck. Another Marmoset, I'm down. Another Wolverine. Sure, I think yeah. All right, here we are going to take a Tentative Connection. Oh, it is even. Good call. I was thinking about it as 1 mana, but of course it's not always 1 mana. So there you go. Probably not going to play that. Probably not going to have to play the Breach. Do I want either of these crystals? I don't really think we need them. Take another Trap. Over a Giraphid, yeah. Late Adventurous Impulse. Don't hate that. So we definitely don't want this one. We can decide whether or not we want this one, but I don't think we need it. We have Farfinder, Evolving Wilds. You know, I think that's probably enough. Take another Impulse. I don't know that I'm playing that many of them, but... all right. Well, I think we did the right thing. For a while, it got a little scary on us. But in the end, I think Obosh worked out for us. I'm just going to run 1 Swamp. I have a little bit of a danger here of milling my black mana, but it's not going to be like the end of the world if I do, frankly. And if I'm running 1 Swamp and 1 Evolving Wilds, you know, it's a little less likely. I mean, we could just cut Unbreakable Bond, I guess, if we wanted to be really cautious. How much cycling did we end up with? 1, 3... not very much. I thought we had more than we did. So we're probably not playing Reptilian Reflection. Yeah, we're not. So that's worth keeping in mind. So yeah, we need an additional card. They would definitely be less busted if they were not what was I gonna say? If they were not hybrid mana. Yeah, the tricks do get a little better with Obosh. But I still don't love it. I'm trying to decide whether it's better to just run this crystal, because it gives me another source of black mana, and I can cycle it when I don't need it. I think that works for me. And then we can really go down to one swamp and not feel bad about it. Oh. So, oh no, we don't want that. So there's a forest. So, Unbreakable Bond, the real things we're going to want to be bringing back are, like, our Molochs and our Sandworm. Like, that's what we're going to want to do the most. Yeah. We can bring back some other stuff, but it's not going to be as exciting. I think we actually have enough instants and sorceries that this might actually be doing something some of the time. Well, no, it won't, will it? We do have 2 Adventurous Impulses, but that's about it. I still think we want it in this deck. Yeah. For sure. It sucks that we had to give up our removal, but I think it was still the right thing to do. I think it was the right thing. We'll find out if it was. I do not play Historic. I pretty much just play Limited. Samaz. This will be an interesting experiment. Alright, well, I think this is fine. Not like we have any 2-drops, you know? Yeah, we pretty much just have traps. Pretty much. Alright, well, now I have something to do. I guess we'll grab our 1 swamp here. Yeah. Excavation Mole. Let's just play our Excavation Mole here. I think I just take 3 if they attack me here. Ah, crap. Yeah, not having removal in this format can sometimes be real bad news. Alright, so we're going to attack. And I think we'll play our Marmoset. It'll be more effective at attacking through this thing. Yeah, traps are also our reach. That's true, too. They can be whichever we need them to be. I could really use a Trinket Mage right about now, though. So it's tricky. I mean, our opponent knows we have Obosh. Obviously enough. And they can be careful and try to leave mana up to deal with him. But... Alright. They decided not to. Ooh, there's Unbreakable Bond, too. We can actually bring back Obosh with our Bond. I kind of forgot about that earlier. So let's play our Obosh here when we can. And these two hit real hard now, so... Yeah, so... It is interesting how Trample works. With Trample, you don't actually get to trample over, unfortunately. But yeah. Okay. Well, it's a pretty easy decision. It's interesting they decided not to attack there. Oh, hello. So let's play our trap here in our first main phase. And we'll attack. So they're just going to take 6 here, huh? So I can drop them to 1 with my Springjaw trap. So that's cool. Do I Unbreakable Bond here and get back our Moloch? Is that our best play here as opposed to playing one of these? I think it might be. I think it is. It also gets our Spellweaver Wolverine closer to doing his thing. I could also just kill this. That's another option. Killing this might be the right thing to do as a result of all of the mutate our opponent clearly has. Because they're still going to get whatever they mutate onto it, probably at a discount. That's not great news for us. And with only 1 creature in play, we're in like a lot of danger in that respect. Granted, they are at 7, but I think killing it is probably the best thing for us to do. Yeah, I think that's what I've convinced myself I want to do here. It sucks losing that reach a little bit, but all right, we don't hate that too much because, you know, he still has an effect on the board. A fairly large one, actually. All right, so we're going to play our Mole. And our Marmoset. I didn't want to do it later because it would have let them... it would have allowed them to get a trigger or a discounted mutate creature. I had to do it while they were tapped out to be sure it was actually going to work. Okay. Well, yeah, they should have just played their companion. As a companion, I mean. Let's see if this works or not. Oh, that was nasty. So is this, though. Okay. So I think we play another Mole. Come on, Wolverine. Darn it. We are going to play one, though. Should I have just attacked there? Maybe. Oh, okay. God, if they can blow up Obosh again, thank God. Thank God they can't, right? Alright, I feel like we should be there now. Oh, crap. Can their ultimatum save them? It might be able to. This format is so wacky. Where, like, you have the game in your back pocket and then your opponent's like, well, here's an ultimatum. Oh, okay. Great. It is the weakest of the ultimatums. I'm hopeful that they can't get something that will save them. Let's hope. Okay. Well, that is really not very scary, frankly. I think we definitely give them... Get rid of the capture sphere. And give them the 2 blockers. Play our Farfinder. Okay, let's hope they don't draw like 5 cards there. They only got 1. That sucks for them. Alright. We got there. For a minute there, I wasn't sure we would, but we got there in the end. I don't know, Arthur. I think the Mardu one's probably the best. Destroy all your opponent's creatures. That's going to win you the game like 100% of the time, whereas the Jeskai Ultimatum probably only does it like 90% of the time. Okay, I think we can keep this. Thanks to Farfinder, we don't have to worry a ton about hitting our land drops. Uh-oh. So, they also have a commander, also known as a companion. I don't think theirs is as good, but he's still really good. I mean, he's an additional card in your hand, you know, so that's always worth something. No blocks. And no attacks. Do I want to trade my Brushwag for a Whisper Squad? It's not like I have any mutates. I mean, it's mostly just here because it's kind of fun with Obosh. And the problem with blocking is that they're likely going to use this ability, so it's not even really like I'm trading anyway. So I think I'm just going to take it. Yeah, the good news is they have very little removal. That's true. But so do we don't have very much either, so. Okay. Well, that pressures me to play my Farfinder right away. Because they'll be playing... Yeah, they'll be playing their commander next turn. Companion. It's like a commander. We'll grab our 1 swamp. So yeah, here comes Umori, most likely. I think I'm down to trade Farfinder for Farfinder. So yeah, not so good right now. I can make him a 4/4, but it's probably better to add to our board. I mean, I could kill one of these little guys too. I'll just play the Marmoset, who can at least block the little guys. Yeah, so I'm gonna block there and take 5. They might have a trick too, which would be pretty backbreaking right now. Yeah, that's pretty backbreaking. It's not, you know, they can't play traditional tricks, but they can play Blitz Leech. And that's enough. I think I have to play Obosh here, basically, and plan on trading Obosh for Umori and the Brushwag for the Blitz Leech to have a chance here. Maybe I just trade for the Blitz Leech. Because then Spring Draw Trap can deal with Umori. They must not have removal here, because if they did, I'd be dead. I mean, they can't have normal removal because of Umori, but... Yeah, I think we have to do this. Crazy as it seems. Yeah, Obosh can straight up kill Umori in combat. Oh, you're right, he only has 4 power. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm guessing they have a second main phase Deadweight or Reanimation spell. If I had to guess, that's... Or that. That'll do it too. That will do it too. Okay. Now let's play this Excavation Mole. It's going to be tricky to stabilize against Whisper Squads and Serrated Scorpion and crap like that. Our Reanimation spell is still in our deck somewhere. We definitely trade our Wolverine. He doesn't do much in our deck. Unless Obosh is in play, and then he's a 6/2 for 3 mana, you know? Which is a pretty good deal. Oh, no. I don't know that we have a way to deal with something like that. Yeah, let's see what happens with this. Nothing. We'll gain some life, I guess. But yeah, that means we're dead, right? I mean... I have to chump block this, and then block one of them, and hope things go our way. Well, since they didn't attack with everything, I'm going to try just taking 7 here. I mean, I'm sure, you know, they have Serrated Scorpion, so we're pretty much dead most ways you roll it. But I think just taking 7 there gives us a slightly better chance of finding a way out of this. Like, Reanimation with Lifelink would do it. Rooting Moloch, huh? I don't think you're going to do it. No. Alright. They beat us there. Companion versus companion. Morning, Sweeney. Yeah, we have our companion is Obosh. I think that's pretty spicy, personally. Ugh. Well, I guess this is actually keepable thanks to cycling. Although, not having the mana to play Obosh is not really what you want to be doing. I think we can still keep it, though. Yeah. So our opponent mulligan, that means we have 2 extra cards on them. You know, assuming we can actually cast Obosh at some point anyway. I'm probably just going to trade my Brushwag for theirs if all they do here is attack me. Yeah. Let them use a trick to kill my Brushwag, you know? Oh yeah. I'm really okay with that. Cycle our Moloch at the end of their turn. Well, they may be about to enjoy some otter shenanigans. Alright, now we'll have the mana for Obosh, so that worked out. So, if they put a Dream Heron on Thieving Otter right now, that's not going to feel real good for us. So let's hope they don't. They actually don't trample over. They do more damage, but it's all assigned before trampling actually happens, sadly, for us. Okay. Let's Adventurous Impulse here, see what we got. I think we'd rather have the Marmoset, although the Farfinder does find us our black mana. The Marmoset is still what I'd rather have, I think. Yeah, I guess the first strike's pretty useful here. See you later, Allie. So, I can actually block the Brushwag now. Oh, no, I can't. I was thinking I had Obosh in play already. I'm glad I didn't click over and do that. That would have been great. Alright, so let's play our Obosh. And I think we at least attack with our Mole, but maybe also the Marmoset. It's tricky. I have to try to keep Thieving Otter in line here. I mean, I'm throwing 10 damage at them. if I attack with both. I'm also risking Thieving Otter doing something gross, but let's just go for it. That's an interesting block. Morning, Zach. I'm good, I'm good. How are you? I wonder what they're splashing. I'm a little scared that it's an Apex. Alright, so this guy can pump big enough to trade, at least with my mole, but I think I'm okay with that. So let's attack with both of these. Not willing to attack with Obosh. I don't think it's worth risking him. Throwing 10 damage at them seems like enough, right? I think we'll probably do our Shimmerer this turn because we have the mana for it. And then that's basically the only reason why. Oh, I'm getting real scared of their mana now. Our reanimation spell would be good. We're about to have the black mana for it. Okay. Not afraid of that, though. We can actually combine the two Molochs if we want to, but we may just want to cycle it depending on how this combat goes. They have one card in their hand, you know? I think we go for it. So I can hit them for 8 here, but because it's not lethal, it's probably just not worth it. It's probably better to play Moloch and then exile our other Moloch. Right? I mean, hitting them for 8, we're wiping their board and we're holding on to everything but our mole. So, and remember, the trample damage doesn't actually trample over, because the damage all has to be assigned first. So I think we just let this happen. And play our other Moloch. Oh, you know, maybe I should have gone for the Raider Sandworm, huh? That probably would have been better. Yeah, companions are crazy. Our deck doesn't look so good. until you see the companion slot. And that's an interesting thing in this format. That's true. I guess the more value play was to get the Moloch and then get the Sandworm. All right, well, we have all our cyclers, so I think we keep this. Yeah, play that and end our turn. So we're going to grab a forest with it, which could end up sucking later, but we know we're going to need green mana at some point. I think I hold on to the trap and just plan on cycling the Sandworm at the end of their turn. It would be nice to get our Marmoset into play first, so if we can hit a land and then play our Marmoset and then hold up these Molochs, that would be great. Might have an Essence Scatter here. I guess we'll see. Uh-oh. That's not what you want. Alright, so we're going to cycle again. We need to hit a land drop here. Oh, man. That's not good. To miss our land drop there is not what you want to be doing. Okay. Thank God. Marmoset is better on this board right now, but Farfinder sets up our mana going forward. We can grab our swamp with it. Yeah, I think that's just what we do. Grab a swamp. Yeah, tripping there may not be good news. Doesn't feel like good news. Alright, so I think we play our Excavation Mole now. And a trap. Yeah. Yeah, Swamp is only for the reanimation spell. That is correct. Uh-oh. He wasn't their companion, but I don't know that it matters right now. Alright, so we're gonna block that guy. Take 7 here, I guess. Oh, actually, I guess they didn't want to do 7 because if that's what they did, they wouldn't have killed my creature. So, there you go. Well, this is not ideal. I can block and use the trap to kill Karuga, but it hardly seems worth it. I guess I can threaten that I have a cycler. They don't know that I don't. That's probably my best play here. Might hold Karuga back. The extra cards they drew off him, though, are not good news for us. Yeah, missing our land drops has been brutal. I'm glad I played the Farfinder when I had the chance. Because, man. Alright, so we'll try a block here. Do we trade too? No, I mean, chump block is what I mean, not trade. Yeah, I'm sure they have something here to blow me out, but... Well, that doesn't actually blow us out. The two creatures just kill each other now, and I'm pretty okay with that. In fact, I would have been more concerned about that being on the board than anything. Alright, so Flash and Trap, number 2. Alright, there is our 5th mana. Is one Moloch already in there? So, there's a reasonable chance they have counter magic here. Yeah, and I'm gonna try to do this, but if they get me, you know? I'd rather that happen than Obosh being countered. So, yeah. I had a feeling that might happen, and it did. We attack for 1. I think we have to chump block Karuga now. Oh, good. I think we're going down in this one. Unless we can get Obosh out there. Which I guess we can try this turn, but... Oh, man. Okay. I don't think we have a way out. We can't cast 2 things, and that's basically what we need. Ah, that'll do it. Opponent's deck was powerful, and missing 2 land drops the way we did was not something one can recover from. Especially when they could have beaten us even if we weren't mana screwed. There's a good chance, so... I've never had a companion deck not win at least 5 games. It'll be interesting to see if that happens here. Even when I've gone really hard on companion and given up things that maybe I shouldn't. I haven't had it happen. Okay. This'll work. I wish we would get to go first, though. That's the thing that I'm not loving. Nice. That means we can get the forest with our Evolving Wilds and not feel bad about it at all. Sometimes when you have to get like one of your primary colors instead of your splash color, it can be frustrating. Alright, I like that I'm not seeing a fast start over there. We'll flash in this trap at the end of their turn. Pretend like we can do something in the meantime. Okay, let's see. I wonder if they got there on cycling. If they did, we're in trouble. Let's lead with the mole. So, we're gonna hit us for, yeah, 5 here. Let's attack with our mole and play Marmoset. My favorite uncommon. It's a good question. I like basically all of the signpost uncommons I like. so I think we play Obosh here and attack for 6. This is limited Voracious Hunter. It's Ikoria. We're playing a Obosh deck. Looks like they have a legit amount of cycling payoffs, which I don't love. Alright, so let's attack, see what they do in response to that attack. Could be a Divine Arrow. Oh yeah, the Starix is a pretty sweet monocolored uncommon, that's true. Yeah, Parcel Beast also. That's a good call. That's a good call. Is that really all you're gonna do? Doesn't that mean they're dead? That means they're dead. Alright. That worked. I'm glad I killed the cycling deck before it did its thing. I like the blue Mentor, too. I like all the Mentors, really. But the blue and red one, probably the most. So we're at least going to continue our constant streak of 3 and 3s. Hopefully we can do better than that. But that's where things have started. I think we can keep this, you know, the Bond being in our opening hand and not having black mana is a little annoying, but we'll be okay. We haven't had a problem finding black mana, so keep 7. We haven't gotten to play with our Weaponize the Monsters yet, which will be fun. I actually want to play Brushwag first because of damage. Hey, see, I told you we wouldn't have any problem with black mana. The annoying thing here... Yeah, I guess for now we're just going to play the mountain so we can play our Weaponize the Monsters. I'm just going to pass. I'm happy to trade with the Boot Nipper with my Brushwag. Yeah. I'm also happy to trade for a trick. I mean, relatively, anyway. Alright, so, yeah, this turn we'll play our Spell Eater. But yeah, losing early games should mean we go 4 and 3 or better. So if that attacks... Yeah, I think we just trade again. We don't want it getting huge or any of that nonsense. Now, we now have no board to speak of, but, you know. That's okay. We'll be alright. Maybe. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. So we're going to get a swamp. Oh, okay. I think we just play Obosh here. We can reanimate it if they kill it, and they can tap it down, but we're kind of okay with that. We're kind of okay with that. Hi, Chromat. Yeah, this is the longest my facial hair or my hair on my head has been in a really long time. Quarantine. Really? That surprises me a little. So let's cycle this dude away. Okay. I mean, I'm sure they're tapping our guy down. Right here. Or maybe they're not. Well, we're just going to attack then. What the heck is happening right now? I guess they're at 25, so they're like, bring it on. So we can reanimate the Sandworm next turn, which seems pretty powerful, I think. I might be wrong, but that seems pretty good. A 14-14 lifelinker? Well, 14-7. Let's not exaggerate. I mean, they still have Checkpoint Officer, so it's not going to be able to do exactly what I would want, but... Okay, so let's go to combat. I'll be able to destroy the Checkpoint Officer before too long, so... Alright, so let's Unbreakable Bond, get our Sandworm. And end our turn. Alright, well, fine, but I'm going to kill your Checkpoint Officer in response. Right. I imagine they're going to be in trouble here. Yeah. Well, I cycled the worm because then I could just reanimate it on the next turn and still net a card. It felt worth doing. Okay. Works for me. Playing Weaponize in turn 1 doesn't really matter. Yeah, especially when you leave up mana for Weaponize when you have Obosh in play. That's some silly stuff. Let's grab our Swamp. We're going to hold off on cycling right now just because I may as well use my mana since I can. Boot Nipper, man. Well, I'll play Wolverine here. And I probably just trade for the Nipper. Probably. If I'd been given the option. Alright, so let's play another Wolverine. Yeah. I don't know that I still want to trade for that thing. Oh, they may not give me the choice. Doesn't look like they are. Okay. Well, we'll play our Hornbash Mentor here. Obosh is hybrid mana, but we have a black spell that we're splashing. The reanimation spell. Alright, so we attack. I'm a little surprised by that trade, I have to say. I guess they want my board to not be too crazy when Obosh comes down, which is likely next turn. Or they're just going to reanimate a Sandworm. In which case, you know, they don't have that much to worry about. They might be able to do it. Alright, so I think we go for it here with Obosh. See what happens to my Hornbash Mentor. Nothing. So, I bet they have the 6-mana black-green reanimation spell. Oh, yeah. I'm even more certain of that now. The good news is we can start throwing things at their head for 4 damage pretty soon. And, you know, it may not matter if they get a huge creature in play. If Obosh is still around. If Obosh isn't around, then we're in trouble. Although I guess if they have the reanimate and fight spell, Obosh is not going to be around. So, yeah. It's pretty crazy that this represents 8 damage right now. Well, that was interesting. Doesn't that just mean I win? Like, what can they do here to keep me from winning now with that mana? Oh, I guess Heartless removal spell thing. I hit them for 6. Oh, never mind. I can... If they don't gain life, I can definitely kill them. And it's not very likely they gain life. Alright, I'm not sure what happened here. What's like, well, they have so many cards in their hand. I'm always slow on the good gaming. I was pretty sure they were going to get us there. Or, you know, with the reanimation spell or something. I guess that's what they were digging for with their cycling. But they had so many cards in their hand. Good one, Kevin. It was odd. Just like our whole deck. I don't know if you did that on purpose, but it's funny one way or another. Okay, this is a keepable one. This is one where we may have to grab a mountain with our Evolving Wilds. We're not going to do it. We have cycling. We'll get there. We'll get that. We'll get what we need. We're going to get a swamp with it, is what I'm saying. Well, that hurts a little bit, doesn't it? To draw a red 1-mana spell. We're going to cycle and hopefully hit a mountain and with our cycle or an X land drop. It's not an emergency yet anyway, but it's getting to be an emergency. Alright, so I think we try to play our mole here. We did mill one mountain, but that's okay. We have a lot more. We'll be fine. Well, I think I'm gonna attack here. Then I'm gonna cycle away the second Moloch. Okay, more green mana helps a little, but not as much as we'd like. Yeah, Yorion's a tricky one. I don't think Obosh is especially tricky, though. Like, we got rid of our whole deck, basically. Yeah, that's... we got rid of our whole deck, more or less. And, ended up working out for us, you know? So, I could reanimate one of these Molochs. It's not the worst thing in the world. But it's probably better to just play Obosh. We threw away much of our first pack and still had things go pretty well. Oh, I forgot about first strike. Good job. There's a punt. There's a punt for you. All right. Can we overcome the card disadvantage we just gave ourselves? Well, we'll find out. Okay. So if I Unbreakable Bond a Moloch, I can get back another Moloch. That seems pretty good, right? Yeah, let's get a Moloch. Exile the other Moloch. Man, they're having fun just locking down our board. We gotta do something about it. And luckily we can. Oh, if I do this now, though, I can't also play my Moloch. I think I wait a turn. Yeah. Ah, crap. Well, I'm thinking that's probably it for us, more or less. We'll see. The good news is... Yeah, so... Let's see. So we're going to sack... We're going to kill Volpakit. Sack a Moloch. Then what? Do we just hold on to our Adaptive Shimmerer here and flash it in to kill Gyruda? Doesn't seem like a bad plan to me. Yeah, I'm hoping our Weaponize can get us there one way or another, but... Yeah, that's not good. I have to sack both my creatures to kill it. Is that worth it? It might be. It probably is, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, except they still get the freaking Heron. Ugh, still worth it, but... It doesn't feel so good. Should I wait for the Heron? I wait for the Heron. I let this resolve. They're going to draw a card, but I think we still let it happen, because then there's no Heron. Yeah. Alright. Now we do it. Okay. That makes our clock a lot more manageable. That's for sure. Okay. Well... I think we go Marmoset, Hornbash Mentor. We can flash that in if we decide we want to. I'm sure we will. I don't know what else we do with our 1 red mana, after all. Well, we're gonna kill this. And play a Spell Eater Wolverine. That Glimmer Bell is a problem. I forgot we already played Unbreakable Bond. That's not good. Our best creatures are all in our graveyard. And it's really not even close. Two, 4, 6, 8. Like, what do we have left in here? Nothing. Basically nothing. It'll be a miracle if we can find a way to win this one. We have to give up 2 creatures just to kill this Glimmer Bell. I think both our traps are even in the graveyard. Yeah, they are. Ooh. Well, I think we can start attacking our next turn on the bright side. Okay, well... I'm going to trade a Spell Eater Wolverine for that. If they have a trick, I can do something else, yeah. They don't. I think I'd probably kill the checkpoint officer at the end of their turn by sacking our Farfinder. Okay, so... I think I'm going to attack with everything here. I have Adaptive Shimmerer, so I can avoid dying, most likely. We got to try to race here. It's really the only thing we can do. And I think we can actually do an okay job of it thanks to Weaponize. Wonder if our opponent really did draw all lands like we were hoping. If they did, we might find our way out of this. We'll see. 3, 6, 8, 10. I mean, I get to make the choice at least. And if I get to make the choice, I may as well sack something to this first. Who do I hold on to? I guess the Shimmerer. Well, well, well. Finding our way out of this is looking a little less likely now. Although, maybe not. Let's hope they draw a land. That's not a land. Come on. Well, that's not good. The fact they can tap down one of my creatures is a serious problem. Okay. Although, they're going to have to block with their Glimmerbell here or die. So at least there's that. What? Does everybody keep not reading Weaponize the Monsters? Like, what's happening around here? I don't understand what just happened, but I guess we'll take it. Well, we got win number 6 handed to us, but I'll take it. I think as long as they blocked period, they at least weren't dead that turn. But, you know, they might have still lost on the next turn because they would have lost their Glimmerbell and then not had enough damage to send through, but they would have made it to their draw step. And that does matter. Okay, that's pretty good. All 3 colors of mana, cyclers, etc. Something to do on turn 2 in the form of cycling. That is one nice thing to have with Obosh, because you're not going to have 2-drops. So, you know, It's nice to have cyclers for that reason. I'm usually the Glimmerbell player too. Alright, cycle you away. Alright, so... lead with Raptor or Mole? Probably Mole. Although if I play the Raptor, I can then give it Trample. I kind of like that. So they might be a real cycling deck. This is usually when you run into them, right? When you're 6-2. 1 win away from 7. Yeah, Weaponize really messes races up for your opponent, that's for sure. Alright, so we're just going to attack first. There's no reason to give a trample this combat anyway, so... wasting the trample counter on it when they have Divine Arrow, probably not worth it. I wish I had more green mana right now. A little bit, but, you know, you gotta take what you're given. Yeah, it's extra good with Obosh. If you have Obosh or effects that steal your opponent's creatures, that's when you feel pretty good about your plans. So, you know, they're cycling, and they definitely have Zenith Flare. So their eventual plan is to get that Zenith Flare and make us really sad, basically. I think we just play our Obosh here. Another Divine Arrow. I can live with that. I can also live with that, I suppose. Uh-oh. I don't really want to live with the Valiant Rescuer, though. 4, 5, 6. So... I guess I can Impulse. I mean... we can't play the Sandworm is the thing. But we also can't play everything in our hand. Yeah, so I think we Impulse first. I think maybe we want this land so that we can play our Sandworm. And, oh, except I won't be able to. Haha, oh well. Unless we draw a forest this turn. There's a chance, I guess. Should not have played my land first that turn. Hey, we did draw a forest. Guess we don't need to show them that, though. What do you think they do? Divine Arrow their own Caprador? Alright, Mr. Sandworm. You swing for 14 right now, so... wow. There's some silly things you can do with that Caprador, that's for sure. It'd be funny if they attacked me here. Okay. So, Hornbash Mentor. Just a question of where I put this trample counter. If I put it on, I mean, my Sandworm, his only creature that can block it effectively is this. And that forces him to block with the Caprador, so I think that is what we want to do. Because it pretty much forces their hand in that direction. I think we just go for it. Because of Obosh here. Yeah. A fight effect is not technically combat, no. Combat is combat. That's the only time combat damage can happen is during combat. So they have to block with the Caprador, more or less. I mean, not 100%, but basically. Yeah. Alright. Cleared out their board, and we still have more to go to come out of our hand. Right now, Zenith Flare's not that big of a problem, I'm happy to say. We have enough life that it's not the end of the world. This Brushwag hits so hard right now. They basically have to block the Brushwag. Or maybe they don't. They know we don't have anything else, so I don't see any harm in doing it. Alright. Well, I know some of you doubted throwing away our removal spells for our companion, and I doubted it a little too. However, looks like it worked out. That's our first 7-win deck in a while, so that feels pretty good. Okay. So